It's nice of Ace to put it that way, but basically, yeah, they've won it. I won't sugarcoat it. However, we did kind of build this story how things are going to be a lot difficult for the teams that want to go through the elimination bracket now, because we have some very sick, nasty teams down there. We have multiple European teams, UK teams, and we also have the North American roster. I believe we're actually going to be jumping in with a side station game at the moment.
Yep, T and Crumpets are currently playing against Aspire. It was 1-1 in this predetermined graphic that we've got here, 3-0 in the opening game on the pit, but then a 50-49 victory for T and Crumpets on Construct Slayer. That would have the next ball as Guardian. The next game is Guardian Oddball. I don't know whether we're jumping into Guardian Oddball or we're jumping into Heretic Capture the Flag. I think Game 3 is currently finishing and underway, so as soon as that one is finished, we'll be jumping into Game 4. But it looks like T and Crumpets are putting up a bit of a fight against Aspire here.
I'm offended by that name.
Well, this is the thing. Like I heard Freya on the desk say, "Oh, T and Crumpets is my favourite team name," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't understand the sarcasm behind that. They're taking the mick out of our country."
We were lambasted with that saying for years during Halo 2. Between that, the Queen and Mary Poppins, and bad teeth.
Oh yeah, go and brush your teeth. Oh, T and Crumpets and the Queen. Yeah, it was. Actually, it was bullying online, wasn't it? It wasn't very nice.
I can afford private healthcare these days.
You can?
None of this NHS stuff.
I've got PTSD from all of the insults I was given in Halo 2. I was only like 12.
I've got it from NHS working on my teeth, to be fair. That's the reason they used to be crap. Either way, 50-49, that's a bit of a squeaky bum time for that roster. So we'll see. It looks to me like Game 3's just finished, and by Jimbo's face, I'm going to say it didn't go too well.
Oh, no, it did
go well. Okay.
That's just Jimbo's face.
I miss his streams with all the little faces they used to pull.
The little smirks. 250 to 193 then on Guardian Oddball, so they're one game away from winning this series, but T and Crumpets definitely putting up a fight. So this is what T and Crumpets already secured top 6, so this game is for top 4 right now.
There is a contract that's been written up that if T and Crumpets actually lose this game, they have to give up the rights to the logo and the team name, and they have to give it back to the British Empire.
No, even better, we have to force them to have T and Crumpets.
I don't see the problem with them. It's bloody lovely.
Oh, it is, but maybe a little bit of Marmite on the Crumpets as well, and then...
Get out. Then jump through the window and just throw yourself out there.
I was always told I'm not allowed to play rugby, so I'm going to stay here. Thank you, though.
It would hurt.
It would really hurt, yeah.
Even me and my of a slightly larger, fatter gentleman at 6'3", rugby does hurt, because there's some big boys that, kick the living hell out of one another. But regardless, we'll get this Game 4 underway any second. Mark is now stepping in for Jim, it appears. Why did he just appear from nowhere?
I don't know, was he helping out? Was he supplying a mix-amp, maybe, just to make sure that everything was going to be okay for the EU boys? Also, can we appreciate the bandana on the right-hand side as well? Always a big fan of someone accessorizing their gaming gear.
Can we appreciate that Ramirez grew a beard?
I'm just impressed.
That he could grow a beard?
So Ramirez, if you don't know, is an EU Halo champion as well.
You missed it. You looked away at the wrong time.
What happened?
Mark's big head just appeared. Yes, quite a legend within European Halo, I think it's safe to say. Also at Tesco's. Apparently he's a local legend at Tesco's, from what I've been told.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a hard thing to achieve nowadays?
No, that's me talking shit.
Oh, okay, great.
To be fair. He might be a legend, for all I know.
Well, I'm expecting Aspire to close out this series comfortably. We've seen T and Crumpets go up against a couple of the other bigger European teams, and they have fallen in the early stages. But now, I mean, 50-49, this could have been a 3-0 series, right? Just one kill away from Aspire winning that one. And if they had got it, I'm sure they would have been cruising through and then would have been looking to face one of the other teams dropping into the lower bracket.
If you are new to Halo Esports and how it works with the lower bracket, back in the day you may have heard it called elimination bracket, loser bracket, lower bracket, whatever it is. But once you actually go over to this side of the bracket, you essentially have 2 lives coming into this competition. Your first one is taken away from you. Obviously, if you make it out of pools, for example, if you actually make it out of the pools and the groups from the Swiss at the start, you do go into the bracket then. Finishing first or second in your respective group puts you in the upper echelons of the bracket, the upper side of it. If you go down to the lower, you have one of your little lives taken away from you, and then the next game that you lose, you're out. So this really is a testament to being an elimination game. If you lose this one, unfortunately, your running championship someday is over, and you are going bye-bye. You could be getting a bus or taxi home, might be getting a train, might even be getting a plane if teeth and crumpets. That's because
Teeth and crumpets, that's even worse.
That's even more of an insult.
That's further.
Tea and crumpets. There you go.
Yeah, they could be on a plane home. And I think when they came to this event, what would they realistically been expecting? They finished top 8 in the North American qualifiers for this event.
Okay.
And then they still decided to come over. I think there was a couple of changes to the team that came over here. It's great to come over to London. Great city, great country. Don't blame them. You can have a good holiday. You can come to Twickenham Stadium. No rugby being played currently, but you get to see this wonderful ginger human being. And they finished with a top 6 placement so far. They could better that. They could maybe get into the top 4. I think they would be very chuffed with a top 4, to be honest. But I think even just getting top 6 is a decent enough placement if that's where they do finish.
Do you know what I think is pretty cool about seeing North American players come over here? It's being given, if I was still a player, be given the chance and the opportunity. Yes, I'm going to get slapped, but we're playing against like Snipe Down, you know, and Snakebite, APG. These legendary players that I've been watching as a kid in my pajamas, curled up. I mean, hell, I still remember the nights of Friday night VOD, the FFAs. First of all, you go the FFAs, the 1v1s, then we go into bracket play. You'd have the top 16 pro bracket, and seeing teams come up there, it's a magical time. And thinking of all these legendary players and all these storylines that come with it, just be given an opportunity to play against them is good, regardless if you get beat or not. You still get to. There's some of these players, they're actually icons.
I mean, it reminds me. Do you remember way back when Straight Ripping came over to an event in Europe as well?
Blackpool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that was an event I missed, and I was really gutted at the time because they were legends to me. They were some of I was big fans. I didn't get to play against them. I didn't get to turn up and even watch them. It was the one event I missed that season, and I think that this is why this is such a huge opportunity for some of these players who did get the chance to play against Tox, because you might never get that opportunity ever again.
You talk about history. I could be completely wrong here, but Mike, who was running this, the director and like all the events organizer, I reckon he was probably running that as well.
He was probably there
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, back in those days, yeah. I met Mike when I was 13, 14, competing in Halo 2, I think, was when I first met him. So it's funny how these things kind of change and we move on with our lives and we all grow up and get careers. And
we got Sam from the Pro League.
We just love Halo.
It's pretty cool to be working with people that we've obviously seen in the past and then comes full circle and a new TO dives in and everything else. And as you probably can tell, we're filling for time here while the game gets underway. Oh, baby.
Go on. No.
Oh, game started as my child appears. Oh, I've been told to bring. I've been told bring child on. It's more time killing.
It could be his first camera appearance.
Come here, my son. I brought my son. Oh,
it's not me, by the way.
No,
I know
not.
I look like his son, but he actually has a physical son.
I have a child.
Oh, don't cry now, please.
This
child.
is baby Sims. Oh, I just hit him with the. Pull that back. He's just learning to sit up now. He can sit up on his own, can't you, dude?
So
they're my notes. Don't take them.
In
Daddy
about
needs
3
them.
years, we're gonna train him, and
This
he's
is the future of Halo.
Yes, not in playing because Sims has no skill there, but maybe commentating over it. He's probably passed that down, past the voiceover. He's going to be very northern, and it's going to be a thing to behold.
Uncle Dan is saying you're going to be good. Oh, is that Dan?
Hi. Very cute, baby.
You've got bigger arms than him.
He does. He's actually twice the size of me. His head is almost the same size as mine already.
Are you saying he's got a fat head?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I've got a small head. But
got a fat head.
Why would you make me do this?
What do you think to that?
Just don't cry. If you cry, this is very good.
So we're actually going to give him back to Mum. Here you go, Mum. Take the baby.
Thanks, Mum.
Mwah. You've been great, son. Well done. That's your first time on camera. There's a certain game at the moment that's throwing money at kids in esports. We'll get you into that. $3 million, Dad's buying a Ferrari.
I'm not sure that's how it works, especially at that age, but you never know, I guess. Or do you think they're going to get younger and younger, kids playing esports?
Well, with these esports that are coming out that are made for kids at the moment, you know.
Well, Halo is not made for kids, it's made for true athletes. And those are some athletes that are on your screen as well. Thank you for bearing with us while we're waiting to jump into these games. Of course, we could have gone to a break, but we wanted to get you guys some more Halo action. We wanted to actually watch these guys compete against one another.
Flux looks happy.
He looks exhausted. It's an early start for a lot of these players, wasn't it? 8 a.m.
Is it me, or do these shirts that they're wearing look very much like the Team Liquid Avenger shirts?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess there's some familiarity.
At first, I generally thought, it's like, oh, Liquid have picked up a Halo team.
My favourite part about the jerseys is Riot's name is spelt wrong on the back. I'm going to call that one out.
Max Cotti.
Max Cotti, rather than Max Cottle. Maybe paying homage to Julian Cotti, a.k.a. Jules, an old-school Halo player. On the other side, though, the North Americans, Guntype and the boys, Blitzcraig as well being there. And I think this is a a real chance for them to try and make a statement against one of the better EU teams. If they can tie this series up 2-2, then I think that might have the Europeans of Aspire quaking in their little old booties.
And shout out to this roster for making its way over all the way across the pond. The flag certainly, you know, they're not cheap, and it's time, effort, and everything else that comes with it. It's a smaller, local, I say local event, it's not, but a smaller event for European Halo. So big shout out to them coming across the pond and making their way here. But we do have the fourth game underway. Aspire Esports, as you can see at the top, are leading the charge 2-1. We are on Heretic CTF.
Yep, and that's going to be an early pull as well from Jimbo. 3 are currently dead from T and Crumpets, so this should be a guaranteed cap as long as Flux is there to put it in case grenades come in thick and fast, and the grenades do arrive, but the flag does get popped in, and that's the perfect start for Aspire. That's one way to stop any sort of momentum going into this game from T and Crumpets. There was a little bit of a pause, which is always going to affect anything, any sort of mentality going into game number 4, but I think Aspire have come out of the blocks hot here, and they look like heavy favourites to take this game already.
I like how they continue the assault down on P side as well. Flux Free gets caught off guard. He'll be in call out definitely. You can see the switch that came from Flux to focus on top mid. They do push him down. Didn't actually see him go down. I may have just missed. Yeah. All of a sudden, Costa is found for the double. Insta pickup. And it was a Dragonite going around the corner. Yes, it was.
Oh, nice reactions.
Oh, Jimmy. I'm going to control this and continue the run. So this might be the second cap. And the thing for me is, while they're doing this, Dan, how clean is that? There is nobody challenging.
Very clean, and it started with Flux just controlling P as well, looking around through top middle as Riots is now going to be pulling another flag. Okay, their flag is currently out of home at the same time, but sometimes that can even help you pull a flag because it allows you to grab a couple of kills. Jimbo's going to be just training back with this flag and challenging Dragonite, but it's got the flag thus far. They get the return. Looks like they did manage to get the return, and now they're going to pull a flag of their own, but it's not really going to work out. Or is it?
Twickenham runs car side, but there is a stick there. Unfortunately, it does take him down. Top middle controller is in the hands at the moment. T and Crumpets, gun type allowed to get across the map. I'm surprised they didn't shut it down quicker, but now it comes to this point. Do you commit to this? Do you overcommit? Do you throw bodies on this and die on wave upon wave? They'll go for the repull. They get it for now on the run car. You need to keep a track on that P side. It's exactly what Max Kopp will do in Riots. If you don't know, he's over on P3 and he's smashing them, stopping any level of advancement, but there's someone inside the base.
One player in the base, it's going to be Costa, and he's tossed it out just to delay a little bit of time, allow players off spawn, of course, as Dragonite is going to try and train that one. But you think that Spire should be able to stop it, but somehow T and Crumpets have managed to get that flag all the way across, and that's a really good play from Costa to be able to throw that flag out. Otherwise, that could have been 3-0. Instead, it's 2-1. So this is a chance now for T and Crumpets to get right back into this game.
Really solid kill there coming out from gun type. He challenged up on P3. Max Riots did go down, unfortunately. They're going to try and bounce this one across and they get it in the window. That's going to be huge. That's a back-to-back capper. Oh, there should be a player there for the defensive side. Riots, they get a trade-off. All 4 are dead. They get the return. This is madness.
Yeah, I thought that was just going to be a cap. I thought they were going to be able to pop it in, but there weren't enough players to try and train it. And now off the back of that, Aspire looks like they're going to get a counter cap. Really good stuff. Amazing grenades from Aspire to ensure that flag doesn't go in.
Oof.
And also beatdowns were on point, shots were on point. And now they have a 3-1 lead.
That's savage to not only lose the cap when it's at your doorstep, but to get counted on as well. They'll keep on pushing. The aggression is there. The pressure well and truly mounted now to the side of T and Crumpets. The flag will end up and over Carbine she goes. She's down in the toilet. But I think Flux is here for the defensive stance. He leaves it now as a potential dead cap unless somebody wants to challenge. Keeping Blitzkrieg off, which is good. He gets the kill as well. Did they actually get the touch or did they let it reset? I
think it got reset, and on the other side, gun type is now actually going to be running this flag.
This is nice.
Should be a cap.
Maybe not.
A little bit. There was a couple of grenades there, and now Flux is going to be on the defense. Blitzkrieg cap put it in. That's going to be a return, I would have thought. And that's again stopping it in the tracks. No capture yet again for T and Crumpets. They're getting so close to putting them in, but these last-ditch attempts to stop them are really working out for Aspire.
I mean, you say it stopped in the tracks. I honestly think gun type fumbled it at the end.
He did a little bit.
He dropped it a little bit, otherwise that may have potentially gone in. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's 2 potential missed opportunities, but also 2 really good. Challenge up on card 2. Down he goes. Dragonite will fall. Riots again. Now the moment. No aggressive stance. That's good. Keep them here. Keep them at bay. Jimbo goes in 4 dead. They're coming off the respawn. If they can track this now, they'll take it. Is that gone top mid? But they actually, no, they've gone car. They've run it in. This could be GG, Dan.
No, that flag is going to be stopped just there. It's not going to be enough just yet. 3 are going to be down for the red team. I thought it was a potential to be a 4th flag, but it's not going to work out. Or is it? Actually, Jimbo somehow has come out of nowhere. He's put a 4th in, and now they're 1 flag away from taking this series and knocking the other North American team, aside from Tox, out of the competition.
I just said GG. My apologies. I thought it was 4-1 at the time, and it's not. It was 3-1, but it is 4-1 now. Pressure well and truly mounting here for T and Crumpets. 1 game from the competition. Strong individual European performance here from Aspire Esports. And regardless, even after this one, to see them after the banner that's been going down online between Respectful and Riots, you can tell it's going to be a very fiery game on both sides, both attitude, mental attitude. In-game and off-game. There's certainly a few choice words that have been spoken across that, but that's later down the line. We have to get this one underway and done shortly. One more cap will seal the deal here for Aspire. The T and Crumpets, everything to play for.
Yeah, there's a few down though there for Aspire. T and Crumpets are certainly very good at pushing out of the base when they're being locked down and pinned in by players in P2 and P3. And actually Costa now has maybe noticed that and is trying to get a little bit of P3. Flag is out. However, it's not got very far, but a couple of his teammates are down, so now he's just trying to reposition so that he can stop any sort of progress across the map from Aspire. However, when you're 3 flags down, you've got to try and get a little bit of aggression about you. You can't be defensive anymore, because if you just sit back and turtle back, you're not going to be capturing flags, and your opponent is probably going to be more likely to get flag number 5.
Is it me or Aspire just applying so much pressure from the car side? This is between 2 Foxy and Riots. Time and time again, we've hopped on board. There's always somebody just hanging around inside the toilet, inside the bubble. Flag tried to be sneaky. Did get called out the player on the front porch, but there is a recup there. Flag goes back to home territory. Costas gets the kill, goes up top. Oh, he stuck the body. That's a little bit unfortunate. Jimbo with the triple, looking for the over. It's down low. It doesn't matter anyway. Riots is there. That should be an easy cleanup. Yes, it is. Cracks him, job done, and continues the assault.
So the reason why I love this Aspire roster and why they're doing particularly well on this game is they have 4 players who are prepared to do anything to get the victory. They don't mind diving on the flag. They don't mind doing the objective. They've been so successful thus far, and this is the 5th flag running in.
He's actually getting away with that one. This could actually be the GG. I would have thought so, unless the emergency grenade. That's going to be it. Job done. Thank you very much. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Aspire Esports, they hold on for dear life and they advance in the elimination bracket. Unfortunately for the North American side, they will be going home. But regardless, commiserations and thank you so much for coming out. More American teams, the better. This is what we want to see, cohesion, more, and even when we go back to a global level, I want to see more countries involved in this, going to these open events. This is what the Grassroots program is all about, bringing people and communities together and giving opportunities to play on main stages.
And then statistics-wise, I mean, a fairly even game, but I think you were completely right, hit the nail on the head. The aggression from Aspire was just too much in the end for Guntype and the rest of the lads to actually keep up with. But a good series that we were able to hop into. I'm glad we got to see the final moments of that. And again, I thank you for bearing with us whilst we were just getting it ready. But that does put Aspire into the top 4. I imagine they're going to play a team like Mesa if Mesa were able to get through the bracket. And then, of course, the winner of that would play the guys who just dropped from the championship bracket, who just lost to Tox. So I'm excited to see what will happen in the lower bracket.
I believe there is an interview with Jimbo ready. Once this is all said and done, we'll be able to hear from the man, one of the European legends, one of the, I say European legends, it's a bit weird to say that, but he is. He's been playing for a while and he's done some stuff in his time.
How many years? I think
I wish he'd stream more.
It might seem weird, but I mean, Halo 5's release was what, a few years ago now. He's been competing.
Too long.
He was playing in Halo 4 as well. I mean, we saw maybe glimpses of him even before that, but I think Halo 4, H2A, and Halo 5, he really did solidify his legacy in the European community.
I remember his first event. I think it was EGL 9.
Was that your last event?
Shut up. Yes, it was, and that's the only reason I remember it, because Jim at the time on my roster, we wasn't like the big boys at the time, you know, was playing up at the upper ends. It was Western Wolves, I believe it was, and Vibe, because Ninja was playing. Any excuse to say Ninja, because then we get 10,000 viewers extra at the same time. But Ninja was playing this. He actually won that event with them. But seeing him come up through those ranks of starting there, being someone that I constantly played and scrimmed against on LAN, he always used to tank me, but I always used to call him an online warrior because that's what he was, and his, I won't say the connection's name, just carried him at the end of it. But either way, to see him come up from there, they didn't do the best of events. It was okay. It was certainly better than what I did. Did well in the FFA, and then to see him just kind of work his way up. Kind of the same with Batchford, you know, and Doodle, some more players that moved up through the ranks of Halo 5 and then slowly kind of worked their way down, but are playing in the back, both Batchford and Doodle. I mean, Christ, that's like a... Even just thinking about it burns the internet routers away at the teams and goes through. But enough babbling on, talking. That's myself and Dan done for that series. We do have the interview with Jimbo down on the floor with Harry.
Thanks, Sims. I'm here with Jimbo. Jim, we joined you halfway through that series. A questionable 2-1 scoreline. What happened in that series?
I mean, the majority of the maps we were ahead. Just we lost the Slayer 50-49. You know, we didn't make a play at the end, and they just beat us in the Slayer. But the rest of it seemed like it was fairly straightforward and easy. It probably looked close, some score lines, but we had control for a lot of it. We were just trying to get in our groove.
Construct Slayer that you dropped, is that a particularly weak game type for you guys, or do you just feel like you were outplayed?
I mean, neither. It's not. We're usually quite good at it. I feel like Construct's so... You know, one team could be suddenly doing really well, another team could be doing really well. It's just like, playing top control. We had lead for all the game, and we just choked at the end. It was sort of like someone on our behalf. You know, we lost 50-49, so I'm not really too worried about that because we still on the rest of the series anyway.
You guys play Mesa next. Any thoughts going into that matchup?
Feeling confident. You know, we beat these guys quite often. I don't feel like we should be losing any of these, but you never know. Could be a different team, but I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, Jim, thank you so much. Guys, again, at home, do not go anywhere. When we come back, we will have more Halo 3 action at FACEIT Ignite.